Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. Ron Nicoletti here. What an exciting 11-race card. We got triple stakes action. We're going to check out the track and weather condition and turn it over to track announcer Jason Beam.
The main track is fast. No turf racing this week. Racing on the Tapeta throughout the afternoon as well, which is in great shape. Temperature is 84 degrees, winds out of the east at 14 miles per hour. It's a beautiful Saturday here in South Florida for an 11-race card. Starting in the first race, scratch the 11 Fanti. Number 11 Fanti is scratched out of the first. Also scratch number 13, Don't Go Astray. And our race is on. Caught him in a beautiful line. Valiant effort in the pink color is showing good speed. Friday Night Light is right there. Flying Ash, Iron, and Street Moment. 5 of them right across the course. They're a length and a half in front of Sir Gardeleone, who's heading up that next flight. Down to the inside of that one comes Wine Money. Dew starts to make some progress mid-pack. And to the outside, Blue Martini. It's about 4 more back to Kissin' the Ladies. Another 3 then back to Ching Ching. And Van Cleef, the early trailer, as they head into that far turn. And Flying Ash, a 40-1 price in front of Iron, the 7-5 favorite who chases in second. 22.63 seconds as Flying Ash leads them around to the quarter pole. A length in front of Iron. It's 4 more now. Back to Friday Night Light. Dew is trying to get going fourth on the outside. The Gray's within 5.5 of the other Gray, who is the leader still. Flying Ash and Renzo Rojas into the stretch in front 3/4 length. Now Iron dials up the pressure. Here's Iron right up alongside of Flying Ash. Dew continues to make progress down the center of the track. 2 more to Friday Night Light. Iron hits the front. Flying Ash down toward the inside. Here comes Dew. Dew is charging on the outside, and Dew is getting up. Dew going to go on to win the opener here. Sammy Camacho geared down, won it by 2. Iron was second. Third, Flying Ash. Fourth, I believe, was Blue Martini, holding off a late Flying Ching Ching. And the race is on. Sass, Touch of Honor broke well. Silver Magic's right there. Goddess of Beauty, those 4 right across the course as they sprint through that opening furlong. They've gone 2.5 ahead. Elegante Miz, who puts a nose into 5th, and out the back, Extendo is the trailer, but only about 5 lengths cover the group is Silver Magic, going to take him to the far turn a length in front. Goddess of Beauty now second. Down to the inside, Touch of Honor. Sass, Elegante Miz, starting to stoke the fires out 3 deep. Elegante Miz now up to 4th, within 3 of this leader, as Silver Magic continues on the front end. It's Silver Magic, a length in front coming to the quarter pole. Goddess of Beauty, Elegante Miz continues out wide. It's up a joint 3rd with Touch of Honor, who stays down toward the fence. Silver Magic brings him into the stretch. Silver Magic, a host of challengers though. Goddess of Beauty down the far outside. Elegante Miz is starting to level out. Sass in behind them and Touch of Honor down toward the fence. Here comes Elegante Miz charging on the outside. Goddess of Beauty is right there. Silver Magic up the fence. Touch of Honor, Elegante Miz in front late. Elegante Miz, I believe, held on. Touch of Honor right there. It was Goddess of Beauty back in 3rd.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And our race is on. Go Amy out quickly. Mamuka toward the outside. Those two are quickest with Brenna between them and Mario Sweet Girl in the pink color. So the outside four are the first four as they work onto the main track. Down to the inside, My Sweet Adeline was out at fifth. Fully Entitled, the favorite, is back sixth, about 5 off the top. The early trailer here is Sweet Sash as they work up the back stretch, and the leader is Go Amy. It's Anthony Thomas and Go Amy in front just over a length as they have just over a half mile left to go. They are a length in front of a lineup of 3. Mamuka out wide. Between horses there is Mario Sweet Girl. Down at the fence comes My Sweet Adeline. Trying to get into gear now. Sweet Sash is moving up past runners, and Sweet Sash with a 4-wide sweep. Fully Entitled was back last for a second, is out of that spot as Brenna now drops out. As they wind past the 3/8 pole, the leader on the front end is Go Amy. Pushed along here, Mamuka is now within a half length. Sweet Sash out 3 deep in third. Fully Entitled continues to make some progress, is 3.5 lengths off the lead as the big favorite. It's right there in between horses as they come around to the top of the stretch. Go Amy still the target. It's Go Amy to the 3/16 pole. On the wrong lead there, but in front by 2.5 now. Mamuka, Fully Entitled, has to make up 4 in this final furlong as they come past the 8th pole. Go Amy still there. It's Go Amy by 3.5 lengths. Mamuka, Fully Entitled chasing, but time is ticking away. A 1/16 of a mile to go. Go Amy is still there. It's Go Amy in front. Go Amy in gate-to-wire fashion wins it by 3 in the end. Mamuka was second. Fully Entitled could only manage third. After that was Mario Sweet Girl. Brenna was fifth. And the race is on. Grand Joker and Message for the King both came away a touch slowly. Iron the Money came away beautifully and goes right to the front. Loud applause down toward the inside, was away in good order into that second spot. It's a length more back to Lodato. Message from the King trying to move between runners as Grand Joker's down toward the inside. After that comes Il Vagabundo. It's another 4 then. Back to Ericano, who's second last. The early trailer is Nano Man as Iron the Money freewheeling up top. Iron the Money opens up 5 lengths here. The opening quarter, 21.28 sizzling seconds for Iron the Money. Heriberto Figueroa just took a peek back, sees a 5.5 length advantage. Message from the King, Lodato out 3 wide. They're chasing second, third. Loud applause fourth to the inside. Then comes Grand Joker as peeling into the stretch. Iron the Money still clear. Iron the Money to the 8th pole, 4.5 lengths in front of Lodato, who takes up the chase. Message from the King is third toward the inside. Coming to the 16th pole, Iron the Money still that 4.5 length lead. Iron the Money. The lead shrinking a little bit, but the wire's coming quickly, and Iron the Money going to win it here gate to wire. 1 at 3.5 in the end. Lodato was second. Third, Message from the King. Fourth, I believe, was Ericano getting up over Nano Man and Grand Joker. And the race is on. Caught him in a very good line. Motown Soul, McGowan Street, those two are quickest. Right between them, Basilica Light makes it 3 in a line as they run toward that first turn. 2 more lengths, then back to 37 Rubies, who cuts the corner in 4th. Lunetta Jack, Decisive Mara, they're together 5th and 6th. And out the back early on, Del Mar Sunrise 7th and last, and about 8 or 9 off the lead up front as Motown Soul tries to slow him down. Motown Soul to the back stretch, just a neck in front. Those McGowan Street dials up the pressure. Basilica Light's in a tight spot there, tapping on the brakes was Jonathan Ocasio as they work in through that first turn. 23.39 seconds was the opening quarter mile time. So the backstretch journey begins with Motown Soul now a length in front of McGowan Street. Down to the inside of them, Basilica Light. Right to that one's outside Lunetta Jack. It's another length back to Decisive Mara, who races along in the 5th position. Out of last now is Del Mar Sunrise, who's up to 6. 37 Rubies drops out to the trailing spot. As the opening half at 47.36 seconds. They take their run to the far turn. Motown Soul, Leonel Reyes have been there throughout. Motown Soul a length and 3/4 in front. Moving up on the outside, Decisive Mara makes a big 3-wide sweep. Lunetta Jack's there between horses and down to the fence, Basilica Light. Del Mar Sunrise is set alight. Here's Del Mar Sunrise, who was 5th, is now 3rd within a length and a half of the lead. It's Motown Soul preparing for the oncoming challenge of Del Mar Sunrise. Del Mar Sunrise rising on the outside, coming up after Motown Soul. Decisive Mara going to switch to the outside for the drive as they have a final furlong to go. Del Mar Sunrise to the front. It's Del Mar Sunrise by the 8th pole, 2 lengths ahead. Down at the inside, Motown Soul, Decisive Myra, they're second and third, but with a final 100 yards left to go, it's Del Mar Sunrise. Del Mar Sunrise, Diego Herrera to win it, going away 3.5 in the end. Motown Soul held on for second. Decisive Myra was third. Basilica Light got going for fourth. And the race is on. Hands of Time, the favorite, got away well. It goes right out to the front, looking for Stars up from the outside as Camigal was away third down toward the fence as they run to that first turn. And Hands of Time is the leader in front by about a length. Looking for Stars, who presses in second. Now Hands of Time quickly kicks 2.5, 3 in front. Camigal's out in third. It's a length and a half more back to the pair of David Pepperman. Right on the inside of Malcolm X. It's another 3 then back to Dark Star, or Deep Star rather, who is the trailer as they roll toward the back stretch. And this leader isolated up top. Hands of Time through an opening quarter 23.73 seconds has opened up a 7 or 8 length margin. Back in the second is Looking for Stars. David Pepperman comes through with Malcolm X. Camigal's right there in that next flight, and it's about 5 more back to Deep Star, who's got to be 15 lengths behind. So they have just over a half mile left to go. This isolated leader continues on. Diego Herrera and Hands of Time through an opening half, 47.50 second. Hands of Time, the lead's down to about 5 now as Camigal's pressing closer. David Pepperman toward the inside. Malcolm X starts a 3-wide bid. Looking for Stars has dropped back a couple of spots, is 5th now, and still 7 more to Deep Star. Around the far turn, 5/16 of a mile left to go. Hands of Time still there. The lead is 3 now. Camigal continues to inch closer from that second spot, coming after this longtime leader as they come to the quarter pole. Hands of Time a length and a half in front now. Camigal continues to close the gap. 2.5 more to Malcolm X. David Pepperman toward the inside. We'll see if Hands of Time can kick for this final furlong. Hands of Time, the lead still a length and a half. Camigal with a final 150 yards to try to push on by. Hands of Time digs in. Camigal on the outside. Hands of Time. Camigal second. Hands of Time just keeps on finding Hands of Time all the way. Camigal was second. It was 5 more back to Malcolm X and another 5 or 6 to Looking for Stars, who was fourth.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
And the race is on. Bit of an awkward start there for Timeless Empire. Rasasi toward the inside was away in good order, driving through More Power to You. Epic Impact is also close up. Caritas out fourth in those light blue colors. Coup de Grace, the favorite, 5 wide there as they go to that far turn. It's a length and a half more to Stick Talk. Down to the inside, Go Junior Go is second last. And that slow start has Timeless Empire a good 15 lengths behind the leaders as they wind around the far turn. Rasasi's in front by half a length. More Power to You pushed along to go after that one as they come to the quarter pole. Reminder, it's a first finish finish line race. It's 2 more lengths then back to Epic Impact. Coup de Grace fourth, still about 5 lengths behind. Risasi and Jesus Rios who bring him around to the top of the lane. Risasi in front, a length and a half off the turn. More Power to You digs in from second. 2.5 more to Coup de Grace. Stick Talk trying to get underway down the far outside, but Risasi has fled the scene. Risasi and Jesus Rios in good form here early on in the career. Goes on to win it nicely here by about 6 in the end. Late rally up on the outside. Might have been Stick Talk getting up over More Power to You and Coup de Grace. And the race is on in the Martha Washington Stakes. Good start for Knife 5 from the outside. Our Slew of Cash. Those two quickly go right out to the front. Knife 5 is the quickest, though, as they run to that first turn. Our Slew of Cash going to yield back in second, shift out to the 2 path. Just in behind them, Mia Familia. Bayou Bridget out wide, moves up from third. It's a length and a half more then. Back to Miss T Bobo, who's away in that 5th spot. Cora stays down toward the inside, and Haupt Diva the trailer early on as Knife 5 to set the pace. It's Knife 5 to the back stretch, in front by 2 to Our Slew of Cash, 23.98 seconds for that opening quarter mile. So the backstretch run begins with Knife 5 in front, a length and a half to Our Slew of Cash in second. Bayou Bridget stays right to that one's outside in third. They're a length and a half in front of Mia Familia, who's fourth in the blue and lime colors. It's a break of 2 more to Miss T Bobo and Cora, and another break of 2 back to Haupt Diva, who continues to trail. Just over a half mile left to go in the Martha Washington. Knife 5 is led throughout. It's Knife 5 running to that far turn off an opening half, 47.75 seconds. The lead is a length. Our Slew of Cash starting to inch closer now. Draws to within 3/4 on the outside. They're a length and a half in front. Mia Familia comes through down on the inside of Bayou Bridget, traveling pretty well as Mia Familia, just 2 lengths off this leader. 2 more back to Haupt Diva, who's starting to come into contention as well. So they come around to the top of the stretch. The picture changing here as Our Slew of Cash right up alongside to grab the lead from Knife 5. Meanwhile, Mia Familia, Haupt Diva, they're swinging into action 3rd and 4th and winding it up on the outside as Haupt Diva coming with this big move on the outside. Mia Familia tries to go with her. They're a length clear of Our Slew of Cash. Bayou Bridget down the outside. Final 16th to go. Haupt Diva, Mia Familia digs in. These two for the final 16th to settle the score in the Martha Washington. Haupt Diva's narrowly in front, and Haupt Diva wins the Martha Washington Stakes. Mia Familia was second. Third went to Bayou Bridget. Fourth, Our Slew of Cash. The race is on. Valid Sense and Captain Eddie, those two are the quickest. Right up to their outside, Readier was away in good order. Driving through down toward the inside is Neophytus. Surfs Up on the far outside is 5th as they make their way up the back stretch. Valid Sense drops back a touch, joined by Swen. Quizzlers to that one's outside. Those are the top 7. It's 4 more lengths then. Back to Beauty Bolt, who's racing in 8th. Fast Fixer's 9th in the pink colors. It's 4 more back to Seaver, who's 10th and last. And already about 13 lengths off the lead, but they're battling up top. Captain Eddie, Readier 2 deep, Surfs Up, moving 3 wide to join them as that trio comes around to the quarter pole. They're 3 in front of Swen. Quizzler on the outside is 5th. Trying to get a move on Valid Sense from the back with Fast Fixer. Seaver is still far back as they come around to the top of the lane. Captain Eddie cuts the corner just in front of Surfs Up. Readier is in between them. Fast Fixer continues to gobble up ground out in the center of the course with Swen. It's Captain Eddie to the 16th pole. Surfs Up on the outside. Readier's 3rd. Fast Fixer down the outside. Captain Eddie reaches. Surfs Up on the outside. Captain Eddie held on. Surfs Up was second. After that, it was close between Fast Fixer and Readier. And the race is on in the big drama handicap. Concrete Glory broke beautifully from that inside gate and cruises right out to a pretty easy lead. Pure Class away in good order. Here's to the east side, driving up between horses. Rolando also rushing up now to the inside of Concrete Glory. So those two have switched spots in terms of rail as Concrete Glory pressed by Rolando, who's down on the inside. They go a length and a half in front of Pure Class. After that comes to the east side. Chrome Ghost out on the far outside is in that next flight. It's a length and a half more to back him up. And the trailer is Classic, of course. A half mile left to go in the big drama. 22.49 seconds, the opening quarter mile, and Concrete Glory once again tries to skip away. Rolando a length back in second. They're 2.5 clear of Pure Class. Edwin Gonzalez has that runner third and about 2.5 off this leader. It's a break of 2.5 more. Pushed along. Chrome Ghost to the east side, stays to the inside. Classic, of course, is out of last. Back him up is now trailing as Rolando takes over. Concrete Glory quickly passed and dropped right out of it. Rolando is the leader. Pure Class now up to second within a half length. Classic, of course, has made steady progress, was at the back, is now up to third as they turn for home in the big drama handicap. Pure Class on the outside of Rolando that digs in toward the fence. Back him up, who was so far back, is coming up the rail. Classic, of course. The closers are up top as Pure Class is the leader. Rolando battles on. Back him up, trying to come through on the inside with Classic, of course. Pure Class, Rolando back him up to the inside. A driving finish. They come to the wire. Photo! It's close there between Rolando and back him up. Pure Class was after that, and Classic, of course. And the race is on in the not surprising stakes. Nickel C got out well from the inside. Behold the King, and out wide here's Bolero Bay coming up to challenge. And Bolero Bay, Nickel C, they're going to be 1-2 as they run to that turn. Shifting to the three path, there's Behold the King, who's going to move from third. Timshell's just in behind them with Moonstrosity and a 4 wide Move Jesse Move. After that comes Chicken Dance, who's racing third last. It's a length and a half more then back to Cone Han, who's second last. And the early trailer here is Justin Smiles. As they move through that first turn, they're about 9 or 10 lengths front to back. Bolero Bay able to make the lead. 24 seconds for an even opening quarter mile. So they move on to the backstretch run. Bolero Bay a half length in front of Behold the King. Timshell's gotten closer, is third under a good hold on the outside. Nickel C is back fourth now, 2.5 off the leader. It's a length more then. Back to the pair of Chicken Dance, Moonstrosity. They travel together in fifth and sixth. They're only about 3.5 off the top as they move with just over a half mile left to go. In behind that, Cone Han, Justin Smiles, Move Jesse Move. 8.5 lengths tip to tail after a 48.33 second opening half mile. To the far turn they go in the not surprising. Bolero Bay still holding on to that lead. Then it comes Behold the King. Nickel C's trying to get a little bit closer. Looping up Moonstrosity on the far outside is 3 deep. It has some momentum. Chicken Dance. Cone Han's also starting to commence from the back. A slew of challengers in behind this leader. Bolero Bay leads them around to the top of the stretch. Cone Han coming with a 5 wide sweep. Chicken Dance has saved all the ground. Going to shift out to the 2 path and try to come after this leader. Bolero Bay to the 8th pole. Bolero Bay by a length. Chicken Dance coming after that one down the far outside. Cone Han, final 16th to go. Here's Chicken Dance coming after Bolero Bay. Chicken Dance at the 16th pole, pokes ahead in front. Bolero Bay back to second. Chicken Dance, Diego Herrera wins 4 on the day, and he wins the not surprising with Chicken Dance. Bolero Bay was second, third Cone Han, fourth Moonstrosity.
And that wraps up Saturday's action. I hope you had the winner in the Belmont Stakes up at Saratoga. We're back here tomorrow with a 10-race card. Our first race posts 12:50 p.m. Of course, you can come out and watch and wager on all the races at Belmont at Saratoga. Good night and good luck.